Hello everybody, happy Monday. Welcome to this week's question and answer video. My name is David, this channel is DeMars Coaching, and I'm answering questions today that you guys asked last week. In last week's video, I do this every single Monday. Please, I encourage all of you to go down below in the comment section, ask me a question, come back next week for your answer. Let me know what you think about it. If it helped you, maybe give the video a like. I want to thank Evelyn for donation. Thank you very much, Evelyn, for your donation. Your hard-earned money is a huge, kind gesture that supports me and lets me know that I'm doing something right. So thank you very much, Evelyn. Appreciate you. So I recommend something every week. And this week I'm going to recommend something that I've recommended before again. It's been a long time, probably a couple years or so. And I'm actually just going to start in with the questions because Emily Taylor from Latvia, hi Emily, made a recommendation. I had everybody recommend what they thought helped them a lot in their recovery and healing. And Emily recommends, let's see, I'll just read the question. Hello David, thank you for your weekly Q&A videos. Always looking forward to your videos. I did not have any questions for many weeks, but I watched all your videos and teach girls. I would like to suggest healthy supplements, lithium, orotate, and ashwagandha. These help to relieve stress, increase energy levels, and improve emotional wellness. I'm using these on a regular basis, and these help me. I also have a question, so I'll get to the question in a second. So I've recommended these several times. I think most of you know what ashwagandha is. I think it's a root. And lithium orotate is a trace mineral that's in all our bodies. And often people get this confused with lithium carbonate. That's the drug. That's not what I'm recommending. Still, even though I say that, I still get people sometimes saying, David, how could you recommend lithium? Lithium orotate is a trace mineral already in your body. And everything that Emily said, it helps. All those things is what made lithium orotate low. So lithium orotate helps a lot. And I get a lot of really good feedback from it. Anybody else want to talk about how it's helped them? I'd appreciate that down below. But I'm going to put a link in the description box down there to lithium orotate on Amazon if you're interested. It's what is it, $12.99 for 180 tablets. Yep, that's it, 180 tablets. So thank you, Emily. Now we can get into your question. Could you please kindly talk about Betty Broderick? How come the lady who grew up in a wealthy family, got education, married a successful man, had 4 children with him, and later killed her children's dad? Would you please explain, if you can, how come Betty was not thinking about their children's future? Specifically, taking away children's dad's life and herself going into jail for life. How is it possible she raised 4 children and then she did not care about children's mental well-being and their future? Many thanks, David, for all your great videos. These are very helpful and these bring awareness. Thank you, Emily from Latvia. Thank you, Emily, very much. So, Betty Broderick. I've done some high-profile cases, just cases, murder that a lot of people have heard of. You might see on the news when it happened, but also specials and documentaries made about someone. This might be a good one. Maybe I'll do it sometime in the near future. But the story, real quick, Betty Broderick raised 4 children and ended up murdering her ex-husband and his new girlfriend or wife. And your question, how is it possible she raised 4 children and then she did not care about children's mental well-being and their future? Well, lots of parents raise children and don't care about their mental well-being, right? Don't we know that? Yeah. And they don't have to be, the parents don't have to be murderers. They raise the children and it's narcissistic. So I talk a lot about narcissistic parenting. It's not calling a parent someone or them a narcissist as if they have the disorder. It's narcissistic parenting where the attention is on me more than the child. That what I need and want and feel and value is more important than what the children needs and wants and feels. Where the child does what the parent wants, and that's what makes them a good child. Not anything else, just what we want. Either it's bad or good or it doesn't feel good or whatever. You do it, you're good. Anything for yourself is labeled as selfish, accused as being selfish, bad. So I mean that's real simple. But I will break down the video. Now, I watched a small interview on Oprah. This is pretty old. And I knew of this story before. I just couldn't remember all the details. All I did was watch her interview with Oprah, and it reminded me of a lot, and it brought up a lot, and there's a lot that I can say about this. So she says that she murdered. Well, let's say this. First, she claims her husband had an affair with the women that she murdered while they were married first. And then she says after the divorce that he was withholding money for the children. She couldn't get money, and he was holding it over her head and playing games and stuff like this. This is what I saw. This is what I believe. Okay? Since the dad can't speak, he's dead. Or the other woman who I mean, I don't think the dad deserved to be murdered, but my God, his girlfriend too. She played the victim the entire time. So that entire interview, it was nothing but poor me, I'm the victim here. She showed zero remorse for murdering two people, let alone the children, her children's father. The person she was married to had vows with and loved at one point. She says she slit her wrist because her husband didn't come home one day. So what you've got is an extremely unstable, smothering, narcissistic mother that couldn't be alone. That's what you had, Emily. That's what all that was. Just simply a narcissistic mother, not calling her narcissist, who couldn't be alone. Who couldn't lose people in her life, couldn't take it. She's unstable. I don't believe a single thing she says. She's extremely manipulative. The daughter testified against her for the murder, but also willingly in an interview says that dad did nothing, she says. Now, we all know dad could have been a narcissist and manipulated the children and all that stuff. But guess what? Mom murdered them, so I don't know what else to say. She goes on and on and on, targeting the father. He was just going through a midlife crisis. He's crazy. He wouldn't go to therapy. Now, I found that interesting. She didn't say he wouldn't go with us. No, she made it very clear he wouldn't go to therapy. And she goes on saying, he just says I'm crazy. He called me crazy. Well, you're doing the same thing. She has shown up to their house with a gun before she murdered them, demanding to speak with him. She has rammed through their door with her car in the house. She has shown up harassing them, spray painting their house, which she denies. But she does admit to entering the house and smothering pies all over the bed and the clothes. And she laughs at that. She thinks that's funny. It's the only time she broke being a victim. He began paying her $9,000 a month. And she laughed, saying, it's not equitable. Then Oprah brought up, well, he later started paying you $16,000 a month. She didn't care about that. You got to go by with what you see. And he's not here to defend himself. So we don't need to accuse him, right? We don't need to accuse him of this or accuse him of that. He didn't deserve to be murdered, so it's not his fault. She did it. It's her fault. She murdered two people. Not only did she not care about murdering her children's father, like you said, Emily, she didn't pay attention or seem to care about losing their mother. What a tragic, tragic story. And the only thing you get from her side is that he was cheating on her. He wasn't giving her enough money. Then she literally said, I'm the victim here. They were abusing me. Both of them were abusing me. But the police reports are endless about her harassing them. I don't believe anything she says. She looks like a total liar. She looks like a complete manipulator. I can see that look in her eyes. I've seen it a million times from everyone that has been full of it, full of themselves, narcissistic, and plays that victim and is violent and dangerous and could murder people and not blink an eye. Zero remorse. Zero. But she did raise 4 children. I'll give her that. Yeah. Children that don't stand by her, want not much to do with her. And she took their father away and abandoned them and went to prison. That's what we see. This does not mean that someone's not capable of raising children. You know, capable of keeping a job, things like this. You got the functioning alcoholic, right? The alcoholic who can drink a fifth of liquor every day, but goes to work, nobody knows, never misses a day at work, goes home, spends time with the family, drinks, passes out, functioning, capable. What does it really mean? She is a sick, sick, sick woman. Sick. And I think she has a lot of people fooled. I do. I think she's got a lot of people, I'm certain of it, that believe her and believe that she's the victim here, which is unbelievable. Doing what I do, I understand narcissistic abuse a lot. I get it. I get having thoughts and feelings like that towards your abuser, seeking revenge, stuff like this. I understand that, sure. But it doesn't equate. It just doesn't equate. Maybe he abused her. Maybe he played games with her. Maybe he did this and that with the money, took the children away from her. But really, she murdered them. That's all we know, for sure. That's what we do know, for sure. Thanks, Emily. I don't know if you had more questions about that. You just wanted, you asked, how can a mother who cared for her children, you can feed your dog and give your dog water and you can still beat it. Yeah. Tara from America. Hi, Tara. My question is, do you think narcissists need closure? Everybody needs closure. Not saying they'll like it. Is that why they hoover? I'm asking because I was watching a video from a self-proclaimed self-aware. I love that. Self-proclaimed self-aware diagnosed NPD. Even though the main problem is that they are not self-aware. Who said narcs don't want closure. I'm thinking they might need it, though even if they don't want it, if that makes sense. He said they purposely don't give closure to people because they want to keep the door open so they can come back when they want to. He said that they don't really want the relationship to ever be permanently over. I don't know if all narcs are the same, though, about it. I'm assuming he's basing what he said on himself. Yeah, if he's also an honest narcissist. So he's a very self-aware narcissist, honest narcissist. Yeah. Ask him why he does these things. See what he says. Okay, so you said he says that he doesn't want closure, but then he said he doesn't give closure. Yes, narcissists can't give closure. Closure requires honesty, even brutal honesty. It requires a lot of introspection, self-awareness. I'm going to tell you why I did it, because of me, because how I feel, my feelings, and don't match my values. I'm not getting my needs met. I don't want to try anymore. So they don't get it. Closure's simply being honest, open and honest, having integrity and respect and stuff like this. They don't value those things, so they don't give it, and they don't know how to communicate very well. But they need it. Every human being needs to know why. You need to know why I am dumping you, why I'm breaking up with you, why all the plans we had for years are over. I never want to see you again. I'm not in love with you. And you need to know why. Okay? The problem with the narcissist telling them the truth, they can't take it. They can't take rejection. They can't, they don't want to be abandoned. They don't want to be ridiculed, criticized. They don't want to be the one. It's all ego. No, I break up with you. You don't break up with me. But we as human beings, we need it. Because when we have major loss, what are we left with, right? Here's you and me. You're gone. I'm left with me. And it causes introspection. And it can hurt. It usually does, most of us, a little bit. And it causes some situational depression if it's bad enough. We internalize things, and our inner voice becomes our inner critic, and it can suck. Okay, and we can start feeling bad about ourselves, or shame or guilt, things like this. Someone telling us why helps. I'm not attracted to you anymore. Okay, I can deal with that. I'm not the ugliest person in the world, not the most beautiful. This person isn't attracted to me anymore, doesn't like who I am. Maybe I need to do some self-work. Okay, I can take that. Okay? I'm not in love with you anymore. I started feeling this months ago. Those little things I said to you, kind of giving you clues, and I just realized I'm not in love with you. I'm sorry. And, we can take this if I notice, but if I don't know what it is, and I'm depressed, it gets bad. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not lovable. You're ugly. You're fat. You're stupid. So and so is better than me, like you guys might be doing. Okay, so we all need it. I can understand why a narcissist doesn't want it, and no, narcissists are incapable of giving it. His reasoning makes sense. I want to keep the door open, place you on a shelf. But very, very narcissistic. I mean, if you get to like psychopaths, they don't care. They're done with you. They're done with you. There is a certain amount of attachment involved. They say, oh, I just, maybe they do contact you again and they just want something else from you, but they get attached to you. Okay, Emily from South Africa. Hi, Emily. When I would write a message to my mom, I would ask why everything was always so chaotic and unpredictable, and she would have done something to protect me. I think you said, and why she hasn't done something to protect me from my dad, or at least acknowledge that what he does was wrong. Validation, huh? I wasted so many years trying to convince her that something was wrong, but she constantly said that she didn't know what I was talking about and I should keep quiet. And that's just awful. Awful. Mom is just as at fault, yeah? Or we can just say, mom's number one role is to keep you safe and secure, and failed. Failed. I'm sorry, Emily. I hope you're processing this and healing from this. This is a person who's not interested in who you are. This is a person who doesn't want to let you develop into a beautiful human being. This is a person that wants you to do something that just serves her. Be quiet, don't complain. I'm lying to myself, and I'm enabling my husband because I'm so dependent I can't be without him, and I don't even care if I totally neglect or abuse my children. Just to hold that addiction, that dependency close to me and not lose it. Addictions are number one, I'm telling you. I've seen a woman sell her child for drugs. Sad. Addictions are number one. Her dependency to your father came before being a mother. I'm sorry, Emily. Sad. Chun-Ling Edwards. I still keep thinking about my daughter, but even think she is around. I feel stressed. I really don't know if I will get healthy like I was. What did the healthy version of you, Chun-Ling, do to where you're not healthy now? And I'm really sorry if you lost your daughter. So sad. We all need help in our life, and I hope that you get some help with this. Just someone to listen to you. Therapy, professionals, people that know how to help you, it just does so much. Releasing it, talking, getting validation, but there might be something you can do, I'm not trying to give you false hope, I don't know. But there's a lot of things that we can do to make situations better, relationships better, make ourselves feel better we're not really aware of, and that's where professionals come in. I hope that you get some support and some help. I don't know anything about your story, but if you lost your daughter somehow, I'm really sorry. That's really sad. Salema from France. Hello, Salema. I need to push away a friend. I'm tired of this relationship that has been going on for 3 to 4 years now. I do the main part of the conversation, and she just reacts to what I say, arguing, debating, trying to prove me wrong. I noticed her difficult personality from the beginning, but found her many excuses because I was afraid to lose her. But now I feel stronger and I can see my worth. I feel or I allow myself to see the truth about this person, I won't block her or ghost her. I do not consider her as a friend anymore. And she is always 1 hour late to our appointments, which causes me a lot of stress. Once I came late, I did it on purpose to test her, and she kept calling me, asking me when I would come, being nervous, about to cancel the appointment. But when she is late for an hour, I wait silently and don't harass her on the phone. Okay. I don't remember if there's actually a question. Well, you at the end, you say, what do you think, David? Okay. So I'm sorry if you're losing your friend. Sorry she's not being a good friend. Sorry about the stress this relationship has caused you. You can do whatever you want. If you don't value this relationship at all anymore and you just want to end it, then end it. Tell her. Sometimes you don't have to end a relationship formally if you just throw up boundaries. So, hey, I just want to let you know that you can't be late with me anymore. You have to be punctual and on time. So you have to tell me a time that you will be there, and then you have to be there from now on. I don't know why you're arguing with me. You don't have to agree with me, but I don't know why you keep arguing with me instead of adding something else to the conversation. Telling this person they may feel like you're picking on me and this stuff, but really it's your boundaries. And you're communicating and you're saying, I feel stressed when you talk to me this way. When I have conversations with you, it starts to stress me out because I feel like I can't just get it out without you challenging me and arguing with me all the time. So communication makes things happen, period. Most important tool we have. Communications will make a relationship better or end a relationship incapable of being better. Sometimes you don't have to just end it. I hope I'm making sense. You're not allowed to cheat on me ever again. You're not allowed to call me a B word ever again. You're not allowed to not come home at night ever again. Where does that leave you or the other person? You're going to start changing every single bit of your ways or this relationship is over. And it's not something that I'm really deciding. It's something that you are deciding by your behaviors. Right? If you want to keep this relationship, if you value this relationship, Slama, you can do that. You can talk to her and you can tell her your boundaries, and your boundaries are your comfort zones. So start describing that to them. Start saying, you're too far away. I don't like this. You get too close. You ask too many personal questions. I feel. So boundaries are about your feelings, your comfort zone, where they are. It's a measure of your self-worth. So get them out there, raise your self-worth, and relationships will get better or end. I hope I answered or gave you enough feedback. Let me know. Kim, and I don't know. Oh, lives in South Dakota. Thank you. Oh, I don't know if I said it, but please tell me your locations, everybody. And you live in South Dakota, and you're currently living in a halfway house after escaping your narcissistic family. You have 0 felonies. You don't have a drug problem. You were put there because out of a risk of being homelessness. Thank God, huh? That was available. You share a dorm with 4 other people who are convicts. One thing you notice is that they all come to you talking bad about the other 3. Each one comes to you talking bad about the other 3, but when they're together, everything's great. Best friends, giggle, act like everything's fine. You've never seen this behavior like this. They're all scared of each other, but act tough. I get along with everyone here. Seeing is just going to work and keep to myself. I notice a lot of people in this program, including the directors, who are all ex-cons and ex-drug addicts, have this grandiose sense of self. It really makes me sick. Yeah, I mean, look, everybody's narcissistic. And so on a spectrum, on a scale, everybody's narcissistic right in the middle. There's a few that are completely selfless, not healthy. There's a few that are completely selfish, narcissistic, not healthy, right? And so you're going to see this. This stuff is going to surface with people. And when it comes to, I was a drug addict, felon, convict, extreme unstable life. And the more unstable somebody is, the more they tend to get a little grandiose, entitled. Stuff surfaces like this that we don't like more. Toxic behaviors, personality traits. But be careful. If this is to help you, take the help you need. Get out of there as soon as possible. You've got a lot of other unstable people there that probably don't know who they are very well, that are about this close to committing another felony, to doing drugs again. I think the success rate for like Alcoholics Anonymous is like 2%. Rehabilitating cons, not very high either. So, yeah, you're going to have a lot of unstable people that don't know themselves, probably can't have relationships very well at all. So when you say you'll keep to yourself, I don't think you really know how much you better keep to yourself and not tell them anything. And really don't get them to tell you much either, if you can. Don't side with anybody, right? Don't talk bad about anybody. You might find yourself in some drama that you never caused or started. I would get out of there. I'd make plans to get out of there ASAP. Yeah. Okay, good luck. Great service that is available for you. That's great. And I don't know how to say your name, and I've seen it before, and I've messed it up before. Oh, you helped me, Andrew. That's right, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. Andrew, I can't even say your last name. PhD. Got that part right. You're from Poland. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you, Andrew. Could you please make a video about narcissism, psychopathy in the workplace? I have asked you that question already, but I will allow myself to ask it again. How would you defend yourself against a smear campaign in the workplace? What an awful situation that must be, huh? And you go on to say here, as a matter of fact, you have answered my question already. Some time ago, you wrote that when faced with a smear campaign in the workplace, there are 3 options: ignore it, fight it, or leave the company. You also added that it is your responsibility of management to prevent such practices taking place in the workplace. Yeah, managers are responsible for that stuff. Sorry if I'm too pushy with my questions, but I feel narcissism in the workplace is a major issue nowadays, and it would be great to hear a commentary from an expert like you. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. It is. It's huge. It's huge in society, and it's profound in the workplace. Biggest reason is a lot of us, we really aren't completely who we are at our workplace. We're in a different part of our brain. And like I was saying before, a lot of this narcissism can surface in the right situation, especially at work, when work is all about what? Making money, right? Making money. And a lot of people, I'll tell you this right now, any problems you have at work, increase your social life, your personal life, your relationships, things like this. Because when that fails, we hold on to work, and the work problems are immense. Immense. Much, much bigger than if we're happy in our personal lives. Okay? And then this is something, I've made videos about this, Andrew. I don't know if you're aware of that. Besides just answering your question, I've made complete separate videos about narcissists in the workplace, narcissist boss, coworkers, things like this. And one thing is we have to accept it, don't we? We have to accept it's there. We have to accept it's there. We have to increase our personal and social life. And then we have to always remind ourselves why I'm at work. I'm at work to make money. I'm at work because I want to pay my bills, pay my rent. I love my car. I love my clothes. I love my jewelry. I'm going on vacation in 6 months. It's all for that, right? And when we have a smear campaign at all, we have to accept it's happening. It can be very difficult to control, sometimes stop. But I know you're in Poland, so I don't know what laws are, labor laws, but a lot of this kind of harassment is not allowed in different countries. Not saying it doesn't happen, but it's not allowed. And sometimes we can go different routes. So when I say you can fight it in the company internally by going up the ladder, right? You can file a complaint. I don't know, small or big company. We can go to human resources and complain about this stuff. We can go to a lawyer, a lawman, definitely. And you're always allowed to do that, Andrew. Go talk to a lawyer and ask them. It sounds like, since you're asking me again, you've decided to stay with this company, that you like your job. Just don't forget that this is a part of your job that you don't like. You may want a different job. So I can't tell you what to do. I can tell you to remind yourself of why you're there, to do your job, do it well, make your money for all the things you need and want, and increase your social life, your personal life, make your relationships better. If you want to fight this, fight it. I give you a couple of pieces of advice. And if it's not worth it, if it's not going to stop, if it's not going to fix it, and it's upsetting you too much, then we may have to leave. And I'm sorry. It's all up to you, Andrew. It's all up to you. You don't have to do anything. It's all up to you what you want to do. It's a tough situation to be in. Will you ask me more specific questions so I can help you more specifically? I will. I'll try. Without getting into a whole separate video, It's kind of hard. Psychopaths, narcissists will often find this type of behavior in the workplace, and it can be very difficult, stressful, not fun to go to work and have to stress. We have boundaries, we stick up for ourselves, we protect ourselves, we fight back if we have to. Sometimes we just accept it and laugh it off. Therapy is a must, because at least I hope you have some people in your life, Andrew, that counter this, tell you that's not true, tell you that you're a great person. Not listen to this. The more confident you are, the less they do it. Good luck. I'm sorry, Andrew. Thank you for your question. Please be more specific, and I'll give you more answers. Emily again from South Africa. Hi, Emily. According to evolution, why do people's voices become your inner voice? It's weird when you think about it. I don't know what that has to do with evolution. Well, is that, maybe I'm not reading your question right. Why do people's voices become your inner voice? Are you saying other people's voices become my inner voice? Or are you saying, how does our voice become our inner voice? I think you need to ask me again. I'm sorry, Emily. Why does our voice become our inner voice? Well, we're talking to ourselves. That takes acknowledgement and awareness, if that's your question. Acknowledging I have a self, aware that I have a self, and I have developing that relationship with myself, and communication is number one. Our brain has a lot to do with our inner voice, trying to keep us safe. When our brains take over, that's definitely our inner voice. And all it can care about is safety, not living, just staying alive. Yeah, sorry, Emily. Please let me know what you're asking or what you're saying about that. Thanks. In Georgia, hope I'm saying that correctly. Please correct me if I'm not. From New Jersey, I saw your comment saying you'll be on different platforms soon. Will you delete this channel then? No. And I'm reading that because I've had a lot of people ask me about this. And no, I mentioned over the past few months that I will be going on other social media platforms. I think like Rumble. I'm on Instagram now, but I'll probably start posting videos again on Facebook, maybe another one. And I'm not going anywhere on YouTube. Nope. Probably nothing different at all. You wouldn't even notice. I'll just be asking for support. Thanks, Georgia. Thank you for all of you. That is, let me make sure. Yeah, that's it for the questions for this week's question and answer video. Please ask questions down below. Leave your location and come back next week. Let me know what you think of my answer. Give some feedback. Ask more. Sorry if I miss anyone's question. Ask me again. It's not on purpose. And anybody wants coaching, you can find me at daviddemars.com. And love yourself first, guys. Have a beautiful week. I'll see you Monday. Bye.